welcome. Let's begin by taking a tall seat, and again offering yourself cross-legged, one ankle in front of or on top of the other. And welcome to water, Jala, one of my favorites, second chakra. This is all about Svadhisthana. And this is the fluid realm. Let's bring the hands together at the heart. And close the eyes, the gaze inward. And we're going to turn ourselves around, lower ourselves onto our backs, and open this full practice in Supta Baddha Konasana, being that we are looking at the root chakras. And Svadhisthana is the second chakra and really dedicated to the feeling body, I think, sensuality, creativity, emotions, lots of them. And when we move with water, we have a sense of freeing these emotions or even these emotional blockages. So it becomes a graceful practice, I think, and it is a unification of the body and the mind with intention to find the freedom. So let's settle where the soles of the feet rest together and the knees soften. And as they open, the tailbone can descend and reach toward the heels. There's a little extra space that we find around the sacrum. And even here, a little lift of the shoulder blades up and into the back body to keep the freedom of the spine long and open. Your mouth is closed and the breath is moving in and out with a sense of ease through the nostrils. And as we flow with water through pockets even of stagnation, that there is less resistance and more opportunities. And the more fluid that we become, the more loose that we can become in this gesture of intention or even self-focused dedication before we move, but we unwind the confines that sometimes hold us back. Let's take a nice inhale, fill yourself up. Nice long exhale. A little deeper inhale and notice just how the belly begins to lift. And the exhale as the belly softens and the navel drops toward the back of your body. And again with this direction of focus and the balance of the quiet between the body and the mind and the carry of the breath. When you're ready, draw the hands to the outer thighs, and as you use your inhale, bring the knees together. Let's stretch the arms up overhead, and when the arms are in the air, let's bend the elbows and just cup the opposite elbow with the other hand. Taking both knees to the right, both elbows left. Inhale to center and take the other side, both knees left and elbows right. Come back through center, beginning this fluid movement, open to the opposite sides of the body. Return to center and open again, knees left, elbows right. And come back to center to pause. Lift the arms again, and this time to extend the legs long, and like you're waking up first thing in the morning, take that stretch, fingertips to toes. With the exhalation, bring the knees into the chest, wrap your arms around your shins, and curl the forehead toward the knees. Big breath here in this desire, more of a self-hug. And as you exhale, release the feet to the earth, hands again, overhead, pause. And taking your time to roll to the right, bring yourself up to a tabletop shape, and in tabletop, slide to child's pose, again welcoming that of Balasana. Knees together, feet together, and hands reach all the way out in front. Soften the shoulder blades. They just can almost disappear to the back line as you ragdoll yourself up to be seated. Bring the arms overhead and welcome the palms together at the heart center. Anjali Mudra. Let's lift up off the knees. Curl the toes under, sit back onto the heels. Interlace the palms, send them up, send your heart open, and then exhale, sit back down onto the heels, wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, lift up, open up. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Come back on the inhale and lift yourself high. With the exhale, untuck your toes and bring your hands to the heart. Lean back toward your tabletop. Curl your toes under. And in the true essence of churning, through the roots, begin to circle top corners of your mat and pull back into the hips. And this churning action, this stirring, that we can almost take the lids off the containers that hold us back, especially in the element of water that takes the shape of whatever it's in. And you can take that direction both ways and then return to a cat-cow at the top of your mat. And move through this cat-cow again, through this pulsation and this opening in the directions of the body in such different ways. And then to lift the hips up and find downward facing dog pose. So we'll flow through anchored cat to high plank. Bend the knees halfway to flow back to dog pose. Again, an undulation of the spine. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, bend the knees halfway and pull back. Inhale, flow, high plank, and exhale, bring yourself up and back, downward dog. And pause in this inverted V shape as you take a breath in and a breath out. The heels, inhale, bend your knees halfway, step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fingertips to shins, long through the spine. With an exhale, dig a little deeper into the fold. Strong through the legs, arms in front of you. Let's bend the knees and sit to the chair. Uttanasana, and undulating, just bend. Swing the hands behind. Sit back to the chair, big inhale. Bow forward, swing the hands behind, exhale. And again, inhale to the chair. And exhale to bow and swing the hands up and back. Inhale, rise all the way to stand tall. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath here. Soften the gaze. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. With the exhalation, bow forward. The belly rest on the thighs. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. With an exhale, right leg steps back, knee to lower. Inhale, arms float up, wide open. And exhale, hands to the heart. Here, hook the thumbs and inhale, bring the back knee up with you. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Inhale to high plank pose. With the exhale to lower all the way to the earth. Untuck your toes and inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale through your knees to retuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up, stretches back. With the exhale, steps between the thumbs, left knee to lower. Inhale, arms lift up, arms open out. Exhale, hands to the chest, Anjali. Inhale, hook the thumbs, carry your back knee up, and exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, step to a long halfway lift, top of the mat, and exhale to bow, full fold. Arms are wide, reversing the swan dive as you go to stand tall. Exhale to bow forward right away. Halfway lift, a little longer through the spine, with an exhale, stepping the left leg back to lower the knee. Inhale, arms float up and open. Don't be shy with that. Exhale, hands to heart. Hooking the thumbs, inhale, rise up, carry the heart to the throat to the eyes, and exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to high plank, strong and long. Exhale to lower. Inhale, peel the heart forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to lift up and back. With the exhale, stepping quietly between your thumbs. Back knee is down as the arms float up and open. And exhale, hands to Anjali. Hook the thumbs and inhale again, rise up. Exhale to place your hands, frame the foot. Inhale your halfway lift at the top of the mat. And exhale to bow even deeper in your fold. Arms are wide as you rise up to stand tall. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause so that you feel as you release the hands. Inhale, Utkatasana, and exhale as you bow. This time take the interlace, the arms behind. Inhale, Utkatasana, and exhale again. Swing the hands to the interlace, all the way up and back. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, open the arms to bow forward. Come through again, your halfway lift, inhaling, and step your right leg back to lower the knee with your exhale. Arms float up, open. Big gesture of those hugs, and the hands come together at the chest. As you hook the thumbs, bring yourselves up again to that lunge. Peel the arms open, plant the palms, and step back. High plank pose to lower with your exhale. This time upward facing dog as you breathe in, and downward facing dog as you breathe out. Inhale, your right leg lifts up, stretches way back. The steps forward as the left knee lowers. Inhale, open. Now with this repetition, how big can you get around your heart? And exhale, hands together at the chest. Hook the thumbs and draw from the root up. And exhale, frame your front foot. Inhaling, step long, halfway lift. And exhale to bow. Bend your knees. Rise to stand tall. And open the arms as you dive forward. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, step the left leg back to lower the knee down. Inhale, arms open, open, and open. Exhale, hands to the chest. Hook the thumbs as the back knee lifts again, inhaling. Exhale, place the palms flat, frame the foot with the inhale, quiet transition to plank. And exhale to lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog pose. Exhale, float back, downward dog. Inhale, your left leg lifts up. And exhale, steps between the thumbs, right knee again to touch. Inhale, the arms open. And exhale, hands to the chest. Anjali Mudra. Hook those thumbs. Inhale, carry the back knee up at the heart high. Exhale to frame your front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to bow. Bend the knees, hook the thumbs again, rise to stand tall. And bring the hands alongside the body. Tadasana. Feel the effects of the pulsations with repetition in the body. The encouragement of the body to know without the mind thinking. Inhale, carry the arms up, and exhale, let's dive into it. Halfway lift, long through your spine. Then exhale, step the right leg, the left leg back to high plank and lower right away. Inhale, up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog pose. Pause as you allow the head to soften, the shoulders to relax, the low ribs to snuggle in, and the inner thighs to reach back in space. The heels here reach for the mat. Whether they touch or not doesn't matter. There's a space to be explored along the back line of the body. And then inhale, lift the right leg up. We'll bend the knee 90 degrees and find a nice rotation of the hip open. So play with your left heel down to the earth and play with your shoulders square as the right knee climbs. And then bring that right knee in that same circular effect to the left elbow, to the right elbow, and up. And then extend the right leg and place the foot between your thumbs. Left foot to warrior two, and inhale all the way up to find the strength, the balance, and the grace in Virabhadrasana 2. Soften the upper back, flip the palm, and inhale, reverse your warrior. With an exhale, both hands trickle to the inside and turn to the back of the mat with the inhale to come up, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands down, travel back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. This exhale, allow the hands to come back down, and this time stop halfway. So you'll find a straddle, forward fold. Fingertips under shoulders with the outer edges of your feet awake. Lift and lengthen halfway. Begin to walk your hands under your shoulders and place the palms flat. And as the crown of the head lowers to the earth, angle the elbows at a 90-degree bend here. And keep the inner ankle lift where the foot and the shin meet, drawing the energy up to broaden across the lower back. And keep this space around the second chakra free, so that when we get in toward the pelvic floor, we get into the sacrum. We want to free the energy. The fingertips come back underneath the shoulders, halfway lift. We're going to bend that left knee, the right leg as it is, and send the fingertips of your left slightly wider than the left. And to open the side waist, bring the right arm all the way up. Take a breath and then bring your right hand down. Move now to the top of the mat. Same thing, right knee bends, left leg straightens. Fingertips right hand are wider and the left arm rotates up and open. Take a breath into the side waist here. And then as you exhale, bring your left hand to the mat, turn all 10 toes forward. Pause, lay the left palm flat, and extend the right arm in front of you. With a nice hip opener now, as you turn to the right. Come back to center with the exhale. Inhale, open again. Outside edge of your left foot. Inhale forward. And exhale to turn open. Pause as that right arm comes up and overhead. And keep going as you exhale. There's an arc through the spine. So yes, big into the hips. Gaze can look down. Fingertips of your right hand continue to stretch. And then slow return of your right hand toward the back of the mat. Bring yourself to the top of the mat as you place palms flat. Step back, plank pose. Plant your left hand under your shoulder and open to full side plank. That of Vasisthasana, the right arm to stack above the left, and the feet ideally to stack on top of each other. If this is comfortable for you and the feet are stacked, please carry the right leg nice and high off the left leg. Lower the right to the left. Inhale, right hand to the mat. With the exhalation, let's lower ourselves halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember, Cobra can be an option, and exhale over your toes to down dog. Let's build a breath in. And settle for the breath out. As you relax into this shape, carry the left leg skyward. Draw that left foot between the thumbs and take the right foot open to warrior two. Slide the left knee to square. Activate the energy along the outer edge of your right, finding your warrior pose, the balance, the strength, the grace you have to offer yourself. Inhale, reverse the warrior. As you exhale, both hands travel to the inside edge of the left foot and you come all the way to the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse the warrior, now back of the mat. Exhale, hands to the inside edge of that leg, travel back to the top of your mat. And inhale, reverse the warrior. As you exhale, hands to the inside edge, and again, you're going to just turn halfway to standing straddle. So this time when you find your halfway lift, create even more space through the low spine. Keep the broadness, the elevation of the heart, and then activate the outer edges of both your feet equally. You're welcome now to grab a big toe grip with the index and middle fingers. Keep the space to find more length for the side body. And as you exhale, open the elbows nice and wide and actually begin to charge the muscles of the back. So there is an engagement, a level of engagement that we keep. That same engagement is present where the knees encourage the thighs to lift up, and then the inner thighs and the groin and even the hamstrings begin to soften. You come back through your halfway lift, bend bending your right knee. Take the fingertips of your right hand again, just slightly wider than the foot. You're going back into that side waist with the reach of the left arm up and overhead. Take a breath and rotate a little deeper here. And as you exhale, bring that left hand to the earth. Walk yourself to the top of the mat. Same thing on this side. Fingertips of the left hand slightly wider than the foot. And in that side waist, that freedom for the breath, take the right arm to climb up. Bring that lift, that sparkle action right up to the tips of those fingers. And bring your right hand down. Turn all 10 toes, top of your mat. Placing the right palm flat, send the left arm in front. And inhale to that gorgeous hip opener. Exhale to the top of your mat. And inhale, spiral to the outer edge of your right foot. Left hip opens. Exhale, top of your mat. And one more. Inhale to open. Here we stay. Left arm lifts skyward. And then ultimately, left arm arcs toward the top of your mat. Now here, with a sense of integrity, your right hand is pressing down. You can look down, lift the hips up, bring the left hand skyward to the back of your mat, and then bring your energy forward. Planting the palms, step the feet to join back of your mat. Right hand stacked beautifully under right shoulder on Vasisthasana as the left arm becomes free. Feet to stack, and if they're stacked, left leg floats up. And with this lift, remember your core, so the oblique muscles, they're working for you here. Snuggle the outer abdominal muscles in, lower the left leg to the right, your left hand to the mat, build your breath, and lower through your vinyasa. Chaturanga Dandasana to upward facing dog, and back over the toes to downward facing dog. Again, encourage the breath. Notice the space between the breaths, these moments of pause, these moments where emotions flood through us. Take your time, step toward the top of your mat, halfway lift, and then bow a little bit deeper. Here, as we bend the knees, lift the heels, we're going to come to a low yogic squat, knees together. And hands at the chest. A nice lift of the heels and a dedicated gaze. The arms float up overhead. You're going to open the arms, a soft little twist. Left goes in front, right goes back. Inhale, arms to center. And exhale, left arm goes back and right arm goes forward. And then inhale as the arms float up. Your hands again toward the chest. Pause. The fingertips to the earth. Separate the knees wide, keep the toes touching. And here, before we dig into Bakasana, we're going to take a little bit more space in those hips and those groin, the root in the second chakra. Walk the fingertips forward. Stay on tented fingertips and bring that cavity of space into that low belly, into the groin region. Then begin to walk your hands back. Slide the upper arms very close to the armpits themselves, below the kneecaps. To plant your palms, steady your gaze, and one foot or both feet will come up together. So building Bakasana and honoring the breath here, the space that we find. Again, snuggling the low ribs in. You're welcome to step back or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog pose. Understanding that this watery element is so nourishing to the body. And taking your time to walk the hands back toward the feet. Padahastasana. Almost evolutionary, I think, that we can stand on our hands and stand on our feet at the same time. So palms are face up below the feet and the toes toward the crease lines of the wrists. Weight even forward to the toes, head heavy, restorative, so nourishing to our nervous system, so balancing to the equilibrium in the body. and giving yourself this permission again in this vastness to be. Slide the hands out from under the feet. Find a halfway lift in preparation to walk yourself back toward your downward facing dog. And to pause. Distant gaze, Ujjayi, as the inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, right foot steps between the thumbs and the left foot takes warrior two. Arms are up and open. And the gaze again, distantly focused forward. Let's bring the right hand toward the inside edge of your right foot and turning yourselves to stack the shoulders. Bend that left elbow, nestle it toward the top of your right thigh, or bring your right arm from front to back underneath to visit the full bind, warrior two might have here. In this bind, we turn the torso from right toward left. We soften the shoulder blades in. We strengthen the legs. So bring that awareness between your feet. Unwinding the right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Looking down, rise back to reverse warrior. Big inhale there. Then exhale to draw the right leg to straight. Still in a reverse variation. And glide the right arm forward. Lift the right knee, hip back. Moving toward Utthita Trikonasana. As the back of your right hand will travel to the inside edge of the ankle, or welcome a grip around the big toe with the index and middle finger. And as you shine the fingertips of your left hand skyward, you can open up that broadness, that availability in the length of the side body, and the stability in the base. Looking down, let's sweep our energy back toward our standing straddle, fingertips below shoulders. Visit again your halfway lift. And as you exhale, we're going to change the formation a little to take goddess. And this is more of a base. We turn the heels in, toes open. We're going to place the hands just above the knees on the thighs. As we lean to your left, can you drop the right shoulder in? Let the hands keep the knees open. Come to center. And then lower the left shoulder in. And let the hands do a little work for you. So keeping the hips open, getting deeper and deeper and deeper to the groins. Come back to center. Open the arms above the head. Open the elbows nice and wide, full goddess. Honor the element that is water. Take the breath here. Settle in, and as you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, sit a little deeper. As you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, sit even deeper. And as you inhale, one last time. Exhale, allow the toes to align with the heels. Come back into that forward fold. This time as you bend toward the left, you're going to take it a little deeper toward the posture of Skandasana. So the toes of the right foot will lift open. And here, extend the arms to the reach similar to warrior two. And pause as we get lower to the ground. We get subtle to the hips. Bring the hands to the heart. Fingertips to the earth, transitioning again to the top of the mat. So as you bend the right knee, turn the toes of your left foot up, bring the hands to the heart. And from there, explore, open the arms, and allow this to resonate, this similar churning action from within, from underneath the surface. Hands to heart, to the earth, and we turn back toward the top of your mat. Lowering your left knee to the earth, both hands to the inside edge of your right foot. We will turn the toes a little bit open to the right. Bring ourselves down onto the elbows to take a lizard variation. And we're looking for this watery element. So when we explore these postures through pulsation, of course, undulation, pulsation, we settle into this movement that really does give the body almost a sense of permission to soften without thinking about it. Just keep the left forearm on the earth and the right hand, please, toward the right thigh, even just around the top of the knee. And you can open that hip with a level of assistance, that right hand. And then bending the left knee, you can take your right hand to the baby toe edge of the foot here. And take a kick of that foot into the hand with a breath. And as you exhale, look down and pull the foot toward the glute. Inhale to open. Here's your pulsation. Really open. And then exhale to squeeze it in. It's big work on those hip flexors. Inhale to open. And as you exhale, squeeze that in. Take your time to release. Walk both hands softly to the inside edge of your right foot. And lift the back knee up. Take your time to step now to the top of the mat, Malasana. And it's a wide variation here, so the toes to the edges of your mat, heels in, and hands toward the heart. So soften, even get as deep that you can soften right toward the rectum, and then climb the side body to the armpits. And to open the fingertips of your right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Bend your left elbow behind the back, and going for the bind even here, wrap the right arm in front of the shin to catch the left hand behind you. Take a breath, nestle in through the ribs. And then on your exhale, take the release, right hand to the earth, left hand to the sky. Hands join at the heart. Opposite side, left fingertips touch down, right arm lifts up. And again, as you bend the right elbow, slide that left hand even deeper in front of that left shin. Both hands a little bit deeper toward each other at the back. And you open to the bind in Malasana. Right hand toward the sky, left hand to the earth, and both hands to the heart. Interlace the hands, palms in front of you, arms above you, rooting down to grow tall. And then let's bring those interlaced hands to the mat. And press with energy those interlaced palms down, and lift the shoulders up, and turn the inner thighs back. And then root to the feet, keep the hands, rise all the way up to stand tall, as the hands come together at the chest. Eyes are open here. Breath is big. Release the hands. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to bow forward. Come through your halfway lift, long through the spine. Then exhale, plant the palms, and welcome to jump back to low. Again, step to high. Move through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog posture. Pause. Take a breath. Empty the lungs. Inhale, left leg lifts up. And as you exhale, place the left foot between the thumbs, taking warrior to base with the right. Open the arms. And soften into the shape. Distance the gaze. Soften here, even what's behind your eyes. And as you glide forward with this left hand, put the hand to the inside edge of the left foot, sweeping the right arm above you to keep open space across the chest, to bend the right elbow, to slide the left arm underneath and wrapping again toward this bind. Maintaining the sense here that isometric connection between the feet for stability, to rotate the torso from back to front, maybe even your eyes glide up. And wind the left hand to the earth, right hand skyward. And as you root to rise up, inhale, reverse your warrior. With the exhale, draw the left leg towards straight. As you lift the entrance into Utthita Trikonasana, all of this space with open hips as you glide the left arm forward, taking the hinge and welcoming perhaps left hand to the inner edge of the ankle, or again, that big toe offering of the grip. Stacking again, shoulders, arms. Letting the left outer thigh roll toward the earth and the right inner thigh roll to the back of your mat. Space where the side body is long. And from here, gaze is down. You're turning again to find a standing straddle. And this time, just sit yourself toward the back of the long edge of your mat. Everybody's favorite is frog pose. We're going to lower the knees all the way down to the mat in line with the ankles. Now the toes are open, so it is the inner edge of your foot here, lying closer to the earth. And in frog, we are deep in the groin. So you're going to possibly come to palms, come to forearms, and we're here. So we're here for a few breaths when we bring ourselves back down toward the mat. And I think the best thing we know about water and this watery element in the body is that when we're born, we're 99% water. And as we age, of course, this number changes because we actually do begin to dry up a little. We don't have to. We can keep this watery element very much alive. Hands together at heart. Fingertips to touch back down. Toes curl under. We're going to keep the knees together here as we settle. Center of our mat. Heels touch. And then just open the legs back toward your standing straddle. So taking Skandasana to the back edge of your mat, so your right knee will bend. And the left toes will reach skyward as the leg is long. This time hands to heart with that interlace we took earlier. So the arms in front and then up overhead. Now, challenging to balance a little. Distance your gaze. The breath in. And return the hands to the heart. Fingertips to touch. Transition back toward the left. Left knee bends, toes of the right foot lift up, open, hands to heart. Just soft interlace here, maybe even the opposite way as you send your palms in front, arms overhead, and shoulders always soft. Take a big breath in your fullest expression. And slowly return the hands together at the chest and down to the mat. And then welcome your left hand to the inside edge of your left foot. You might want to inch that right knee back in space, just gently. And then that turning of the left foot open. So coming back to lizard with the forearms on the earth, and the elbows can be below your shoulders. There's, again, that lengthening of the side body and the softening into this groin area. The hip flexor on the right actually finds a little bit more space. And the left hip continues to playfully open. We can keep the right forearm on the mat and the left hand reaches back to catch the baby toe edge of your right knee. Of your right ankle. And that left shoulder softens in as you kick the foot into the hand. That's a big inhale. The exhale curling in and squeezing the foot to the glute. Inhale to open. And exhale to squeeze it in. Inhale to open. And then with the exhale again, just gaze down and pull that back foot a little closer to the glutes. As you inhale to open, take the release and bring both hands back down to the inside edge of this left foot. And toe heel that left foot just a little bit closer. Back knee floats, fingertips to support. As you step to the top of the mat, Malasana. Hands toward the chest. And then bringing the thumbs to touch the heart. So again, this opportunity we have to play, to create, to look beyond. We're going to lift enough that as we settle the hands behind the feet, we wiggle the shoulders underneath the backs of the knees. And there's that shelf-like quality of the backs of the upper arms to support. And this balance place on our hands that brings the feet up. And then perhaps even the right ankle to cross over the left ankle. The gaze is forward, the chest is open. And In that same container of core, change the ankle grip. Bring the left ankle in front of the right ankle. Press down, open the chest, squeeze the ankles, and then take your time to bring the feet back down. Open the knees, return to Malasana, hands to the heart, fingertips to the earth, and toe heel the feet hip distance apart. Halfway lift to lengthen, and a little deeper inside your full forward fold. And bend the elbows and cup the elbows. And inhale, come all the way up to the right, almost like a sunflower begins to blossom, and exhale, come down to the left. Same circles. Inhale, come up to the left and come down to the right. Inhale, come up to the right. Can you make this action bigger? Exhale, come down to the left. And inhale up to the left. And exhale, come down to the right. And pause in the freedom, the unwind. Let yourself go. Be heavy, be spirited. And use the next exhale to simply ragdoll all the way up to stand tall. Tadasana. Newfound glow from the inner body to the outer body. We found space as we move with this pulsation to release the tension. Keeps us rigid. Sweep the arms up overhead as you dive into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and with the exhale, step back, high plank. To lower all the way down to the earth. Untuck the toes. And we can find a little extra space. The charge of the legs, the hands to interlace at the lower back. As you extend the arms long, carry the chest up. And then climb the chest even higher and maintain the gaze past the tip of the nose and lift the legs as a unit up. Anchoring the hip bones down, even the pubic bone. You can lift the navel. Release the interlace, bend the knees, and reach your hands to hold the ankles. And then give it a kick as you kick the feet into your hands and resonate with the center of the chest forward, the strength of the legs back, the opportunity to lift, to open up. Dhanurasana. Big, beautiful breath here. The exhale, begin to unwind. Bring your hands palm on top of palm under your forehead. Release the legs. And actually allow your ankles to let go a little here. So these opportunities to unravel and to really pay attention to the fluid state, to the fluid body. Place your hands under your shoulders. A gentle cobra brings you all the way up and back to Balasana. Child's pose. And take a breath to feed the energy around your kidneys, around the adrenals, around the low back. Maintain a gentle tone of the abdomen. And crawl yourselves forward onto the mat, tabletop shape that carries you up and back to downward facing dog. Allowing the inner arm bones of the biceps to lift up. Allow that left hand to sneak slightly center. The feet can be a little bit wider, maybe as wide as your mat. And as the right hand reaches under to take the outer edge of your left ankle, take a breath. Bring your gaze onto that left armpit. Soften into the twist. Dig even a little deeper. With the head be heavy. Release the right hand. Find yourself in dog, and then in preparation, same thing other side, so that the left arm reaches under toward the outer edge of your right ankle, calf, whatever might be there. And use that hold to turn the torso again into the twist. Look underneath that right armpit. Take a breath. Then come back. Unwind to dog. Lift your heels, lower the knees, cross your ankles, and bring yourselves onto your seats. both legs here extended all the way out in front. You're going to keep the left leg extended as you bend the right knee. Place the sole of the foot flat. And the left hand comes back, right arm reaches up, and then slides toward the outside edge of your left foot. So press down with the big toe mount of your right foot here and engage the press of the left thigh as you reach your heart toward that extended leg. Option for the bind is the bend of your right elbow around that right knee, shin, and then the left hand to reach back to the right. And this is more of a curling in, so even though you're anchoring the energy down with this left thigh, propel the heart forward and then soften the gaze toward the left knee. There's a gentleness of this right hip shifting back in space. As you release the right hand, the left hand. As the hands come to the heart, extend your right leg. You can cross the left ankle, toes really over the right, and then take the opposite right over the left. It's just a little bit of extra freedom. And then bending the left knee, place the sole of your left foot firmly on the mat, right fingertips tent behind, left arm stretches skyward, and as you exhale, you're reaching toward the outside edge of your right foot. So again, the imprint action you're looking for is this right thigh bone down. And then taking the option of the bind where the left elbow bends and just finds an intersection point below the left kneecap across the shin, bringing the right hand to the left hand to meet behind, and then lift to reach, and then that gentle action of actually curling inward. And experience here another few breaths where there is this opportunity to feel, even see things a little more clearly. Kick your legs out a little, shake it up. Draw the energy behind the knees, and as you draw the soles of the feet together here, bring the fingertips behind and root the sit bones. Lift yourself even higher. And as you lift yourself higher, keep the soles of the feet together. The knees will begin to drift open. You can wrap your hands around the baby toe edges of the feet and begin to peel the feet open. So peel the toes away from each other. You can even massage the inner edge of your feet, the big toe mounds, the inner arches. And then with the descent again of the tail, keep the side body long, keep the heart reaching forward, and then curling into this action. You can playfully curl in. You can also play with keeping the spine a little longer, but keep the feet open. And you'll notice that when you peel the feet open, there's a little bit more going on in that groin area. So you just want to play with this relationship you have to the breath and the movement, even in the times where we're a little more still. Draw the knees together, and then we're going to turn around and lower ourselves all the way onto the back. Come onto the back body. Allow the left leg to lengthen. Draw the right knee in. Let's take the hands just behind the right knee. Pause for a moment. And then a half happy baby variation. So the right hand will reach to the outside edge of the right foot. And in this drawing of the right knee toward your right armpit, bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh. And let yourself play. Happy baby. Delicious pose. And this is a half variation with the left leg remaining extended. It gives you a little bit extra space through the sacrum. Slide your left hand, your right hand back to the base of the knee. And then a little hip opener here. So you just want to play with the rotation, almost like a figure four without the contact for the moment of the right outer ankle. Then bend the left knee, place the foot flat, and find full figure four. So the outer edge of the right foot, just to the base of the quad and the kneecap. Hands come to interlace the belly of the left hamstring. and the left foot remains flexed. The hands are interlaced at the belly of the hamstring. Pause for a moment and just enjoy the hip. And then extend the left leg toward the sky. And keep the hands interlaced as they are for the moment. And then peel the chin into the chest to take your right hand around the outer edge of your right knee. Keep the space in the breath. The left leg is extended. And then move toward the inner elbow. So your right inner elbow will hold your right knee. Your left inner elbow will hold your sole of the foot. And you may find that you can interlace your hands on the outer edge of your right calf, shin. From here, it gets juicy as you begin to lower the left leg to the earth and lower the upper body toward the earth. Just play in this range of motion. If you would like just a little bit more, release just your right hand and bring it up overhead to bend your right elbow and bring that hand behind your back so that your left hand and your right hand will touch. And you'll stay in the breath. And then take your time to unwind and settle both of your legs long. Let's bring the left knee in toward the chest, and we're going to take half happy baby on this side. So the left hand to the outer edge of the left foot, and the knee drawing again toward the armpit itself. The right hand on the top of the right. Just keep that descent quite heavy, so the thigh bone of the right is rooting down to the mat. The right foot still a little active. And play in this half happy variation, taking a little bit of extra space through the lower back. A little bit more freedom of the breath to move through you. And then moving toward that hip, so guiding your way to that figure four shape. The right hand to the outer edge of the ankle, left hand to the knee. And we'll bring that right knee in and up. So the left ankle places across the top of the right thigh, and interlace your hands to the belly of the hamstring. And tailbone heavy, keep the sacrum heavy. And then take the breath here. And this is, again, all experimentation in the hips. And the hips and even our hamstrings are areas where we tend to hold on to these emotional attachments and these layers of tension that really do us a disservice with time. So there is a playfulness and a willingness to dig into some of the depth. So if you'd like to, let's extend the right leg, lift the chin to the chest, and find that wrap where the left inner elbow is around the left kneecap, the right inner elbow is around the right foot. And lower the right leg slowly. Listen to your breath. Lower the upper body slowly, still listening to your breath. If you're happy here, it is a really good place to stay. So you honor. And it really is this process that we found in this level of surrendering. But going deeper, the left arm will reach up overhead. The elbow bends. As the elbow holds the base of the skull, your right hand is there to hold the left hand. And you may keep the descent to the right thigh to the mat. You may let the head be cradled, held in the hammock of that left elbow. There's a weightiness even here. Take the breath, and juicy is always a word I like to play with because hips are juicy. It takes practice, it takes a desire, and it definitely takes a commitment to move, to churn, to stir and pop these lids off these containers that sometimes hold us back. Take time to unwind, please, and extend your left leg long, your right leg long, and take the arms once again high up overhead. Stretch to the fingertips, Draw both knees toward both armpits, and this is a full happy baby. So if you've seen, and I'm sure you have, babies in their happy place, it's so demonstrative. They are free. You know, we come into this world with this gift, this garland, really, of life. And when we have this to offer every breath, every moment, every day, every week, month, year, why not dig into the juice? Dig into the magic. Take a breath in the direction of both heels up, both knees down. Hands behind the knees, draw the knees together and open the arms a little wide. Shimmy the hips slightly to the left side of the mat. So knees together will twist toward the right. This is a spinal twist, passive spinal twist. Bringing yourself to that sense of close. Being moved through a lot of these pelvic poses, that are definitely targeted toward the second chakra. To the fluidity, to the realm possibility, to the realm of the feeling body, and to the true sensuality that is underneath so much. The inhale, bring your knees together. Shimmy the hips a little to the right. And as you exhale, take both of the knees to your left. And the gaze over the right shoulder. The eyes, again, can close. And the breath is truly, truly free. We move through this last layer of breath. Cycle in. Take a deep, deep cycle out. On your next inhale, bring the knees together. Bring yourself to center and extend both legs long. Allow the toes to fall open. The space, again, can be big. Offer this anchor to yourself, balanced with the light. Notice the pause in between the breath. Notice the movement of the fluid body. And trust that this process that you have done in preparing your body to close your practice in such a unique and special way, the quiet unfolds. And yet the magic, it really happens. few deeper breaths and wiggling through your fingers, the toes. Take your time to bend the knees. Pause in the luxury, the novelty of the body. As you roll to your right side with the eyes closed, coming back again and taking a comfortable seat of your choice. Placing the hands together at the heart. Lifting the heart to the hands. Settling here to the root of your energy, the inspiration, the creativity that lies beneath the surface. And the hands above your head, the gesture of bowing forward. Thank yourself for rolling out your mat. Namaste.